Hi everyone, thanks again for joining me. Welcome back to my channel. I am Kayla Nicole 999 and this is the video for day 20 of 90 days to recovery after narcissistic abuse. So in the previous video that I just made, because I'm trying to play catch up again, we discussed some issues that you may experience after narcissistic abuse when you attempt to try dating again. Well, in this video, we are going to discuss some of the ways that you will know you are actually ready to start dating again after narcissistic abuse. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Again, I'm going to be looking down because I took notes. So the first one I want to talk about is you don't have strong feelings for the narcissist anymore. And I don't mean necessarily strong feelings of love. You know, there may be a part of you that is always going to love that narcissist because you gave that narcissist your all, you know, and they didn't give anything in return except for destruction. I'm talking about you don't have intense, obviously you don't love the narcissist enough to want to be with them again, okay? If you still want to be with that narcissist, I'm going to suggest that you wait on dating. Taking a break from dating has been one of the best things that I have ever done for myself. I should have been doing it after each relationship, but I didn't. And now I am so thankful that I finally chose to stop dating for almost 2 years. But, you know, after narcissistic abuse, we become really angry, and rightfully, we were just put through hell. So, you know, we have the right to be angry about what happened to us. But if you are still incredibly angry at that narcissist, I'm going to say you're not ready to date. If you're angry at that narcissist, there's potential that when you start dating again, you are then going to unintentionally project that anger onto a new partner. And you are going to be blaming that partner for things that are not their fault. And that is completely, totally unfair to them. Take some time to heal. You know, wait until you can wish your narcissist the best and not want to see bad things happen to them again. Or anymore, I should say, you know? We want to see our narcissist get that negative karma, you know? We want to see them hurting the way that they hurt us, but we need to realize that the narcissist does not have the same type of emotions that we do, and they probably will never hurt in the same way that they hurt us. So when you're past wanting those kind of things, you're probably getting close to being ready to start dating again. The second way you may know that you're ready to start dating again is that you are finding qualities that your narcissist lacked appealing. You know, something that's really appealing to me in men is empathy. My narcissist completely lacked empathy. You know, my female friend narcissist, she literally told me that my problems don't matter. She doesn't care about my problems. She doesn't want to hear about my problems. And then in return, dumped all of her problems on me because in her head, her problems were the only one that mattered. And I was supposed to be there to just listen to her vent whenever she needed to vent about her problems. But I wasn't allowed to talk about mine because she was the important one, not me. I told you guys that I have a narcissist mother. I had blood clots in 2011. I went home to her house because I was living with her at the time. I was in tons of pain. Anytime that I've been in pain, my mother would tell me that I just have a very low tolerance for pain. And she wouldn't say the words that I'm pathetic and weak, but she would insinuate that. So around midnight, I woke up to go to the bathroom. And I literally screamed out in agony as I put my left foot onto the ground. It hurt that much. Do you know what my mom did? I'll never forget this. This is when I decided that I needed to start trying to go no contact with this woman. She got out of bed And she started yelling at me, screaming at me to get in the car because she was going to take me to the hospital because I am interrupting her sleep. I'm not joking. I wish I was joking. That's what my own mother said to me. And I looked at her and I said, go back to bed. I'll drive myself to the hospital. When I arrived at the hospital, they told me if I would have waited any longer, that there's a chance I would have died. My mom didn't give a fuck about my pain, my health, my well-being. The only thing she cared about was the fact that my pain level was interrupting her sleep. I can't be with a person who lacks empathy. You know? Humility is another quality that I find incredibly attractive. The ability to take accountability and to apologize when you are in the wrong is something that I find incredibly attractive. These are all things that all of the narcissists from my past lacked. Someone who tips very well is something that I find incredibly attractive, because I've been with so many people that tipped terribly, and I always hated it because I was in the service industry. I know what it's like to live off of tips. And you know, when you receive good service but someone just is greedy and doesn't tip you, it's awful. I'll never date a person who tips badly again. The third thing that we're going to discuss in ways to know that you're ready to date again after narcissistic abuse is you don't want to rush the new relationship. And this is where I'm at, you know? I want to take things slow with a guy. I have no need to jump into bed with a guy. You know? If you want to take me on a vacation too soon, I'm going to say no. Why? Because often narcissists flatter you and they love bomb you and they say that they love you too soon. They offer to take you on trips far too soon. Yep, slow down there. You know, we're going to take things incredibly slow. We are not going to talk every single day. We are not going to see each other multiple times a week. I can't even promise you that I will see you once a week. Once a month? Absolutely. Maybe twice a month if I have the time. You know? Am I looking to get married? Absolutely not. So if you're rushing into wanting to get married, I'm probably not the girl for you. I don't want you to tell me that you love me. I'm not looking for that. Not yet anyway. All of those things would actually scare me off. You know? You need to take time to really get to know a person. Get to know who they are and find out if you are actually compatible with this person before you start dating. Because if the two of you aren't compatible, you are literally wasting your time. The fourth topic is you have forgiven yourself. Often we get mad at ourselves for entering into a relationship with a narcissist, you know? We question why we were so stupid. And it's not that we were stupid. It's just that we were manipulated. All of that love bombing, you know, we thought that they were this great person who they really weren't at all. And unfortunately, we didn't see that until it was too late. And maybe some of you, like me, reacted terribly to the narcissistic abuse. And then you got mad at yourself for reacting that way. You gotta forgive yourself, you know? You have the right to react angrily to narcissistic abuse or abuse of any kind. Toxic people try to convince us that we are toxic because we reacted angrily to their abuse of us. We're not the toxic ones. They are. It's okay for you to be mad. It's okay for you to be upset. It's okay for you to hurt after narcissistic abuse. Forgive yourself. forgive myself for all of my rage writing on Facebook. They tried to make me feel like I was this terribly toxic person because I was releasing my emotions in writing on Facebook, but I'm not. They were incredibly toxic people for vandalizing my cars, stalking me on social media, creating fake accounts to harass me with on social media, creating a computer bot to attack my Facebook page and flood me with thousands of friends requests and a ridiculous number of messages and phone calls in an attempt to shut me up, for entering my apartment unlawfully twice in an attempt to intimidate me. I had the right to rant angrily on my personal Facebook page about my feelings and about my side of the story. I didn't do anything wrong by telling my side of the story. And the last thing I'm going to discuss is you can sum up what happened in your own mind without getting lost in your trauma. A lot of us do. We get lost in the trauma. We start talking about it, and the next thing you know, you just spent an hour dwelling on it, telling the person every single little detail that did not need to be told. And I did that for the longest time. And it wasn't until recently when I was having a conversation with a new man that I had met, and he brought up something that triggered me, and he was talking about wanting to go somewhere, and I said, oh, well, that's a place I wouldn't want to go, and he asked why, and I basically summed up what happened in a few short minutes without dwelling on it. And I didn't know that I was doing this until I just actually read about this today. But I'm incredibly proud of myself because this is huge in my healing. You know, I don't have this need to tell everybody every little freaking detail about what happened anymore. And that's because I've processed it and I've started to heal. And that means I'm ready to move on. You know, am I completely ready to start dating again? I don't know. I still have a lot of insecurities to work on, which means I'm not going to jump into anything serious, but I will absolutely date casually and see where things go. And who knows, you know, maybe I'll have a severe panic attack and freak out before I end up actually going on that first real date, and maybe I'll cancel. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what will happen. I cannot predict the future, you know, so I'll find out when I get there. So far, in 2 years, I have not actually been able to go on a real date. I hung out with one guy one time for lunch, you know, but he didn't label it as a date, so I was able to do that. But I immediately saw red flags there and realized that it was not a relationship that I wanted to continue. Maybe he was a person that I could be friends with, but he definitely was not somebody, and I wasn't even attracted to him, you know, which is probably the reason why I was comfortable going out with him. I'm much more fearful of men that I'm attracted to, just because I don't want to fall for somebody. I don't really want a relationship right now, but if I were to find the right person, I'm also not necessarily opposed to it. We'll see what happens. And on that, I'm going to end this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you like this video, please be sure to give me that thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. Chat with me in the comments if you want to, if you have anything to say to me. You know, tell me what you liked about the video. Tell me what you didn't like about the video. I am here to talk if you want to talk about your experiences. And as always, if you want to stay connected with me, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified every time I release a new video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.